Bookish friends, welcome to my goals video about my brand new reading project, which is to read the books that were adapted into Alfred Hitchcock movies. I briefly talked about this goal in my reading goals video, in which I talked about all of the goals I'm planning to do, but I forgot to mention the reason that I chose 2022 for this project. First movie Alfred Hitchcock directed, which was number 13, was produced in 1922. So it is the 100th year anniversary for genius director Alfred Hitchcock. I really do love his movies because I'm a big fan of thriller and mystery movies. Although he directed movies in other genres, that is the genre that he most excels at. I haven't made myself actually a time constraint. The only thing that is definite is that I will do a special video about these books and their brief comparison with the movies, as I read 3 books. Of course, I will read the books that I could achieve. Most of them are actually in the public domain in the site Internet Archive. I will link the site down below, but there are some works that I couldn't find, and I will mention them. I will put the list here. The ones that are written in bold are the ones that I could find for the time being. Because we have a very long list, I will just read the names of the works and the name of the movie and their dates, of course. The first work is The Pleasure Garden by Oliver Sandys, which is a pseudonym for Margaret Florence Barclay, written in 1923, and it was filmed as The Pleasure Garden in 1926. The Mountain Eagle, which is an original story by Charles Lapworth, was filmed as The Mountain Eagle in 1927. The Lodger by Mary Belloc Lowndes was written in 1913, and it was filmed as The Lodger, The Story of a London Fog in 1927. Downhill, a play by Novello and Constant Collier, was filmed as Downhill in 1927. The Farmer's Wife, which is a play by Eden Phillpotts, written in 1916, was filmed as The Farmer's Wife in 1928. Easy Virtue, which is a 1924 play by Noel Coward, was filmed as Easy Virtue in 1928. Champagne, which is a story by Walter C. Mycroft, written in 1928, was filmed as Champagne in the same year, 1928. Manxman by Hale Caine, written in 1894, was filmed as The Manxman in 1929. Blackmail, a 1928 play by Charles Bennett, was filmed as Blackmail in 1929. Juno and the Paycock, 1924 play by Sean O'Casey, was filmed as Juno and the Paycock in 1930. Enter St. John by Clemence Dane and Helen Simpson, a play written in 1928, was filmed as Murder in 1930 and Mary in 1931. The Skin Game by John Galsworthy, written in 1920, was filmed as The Skin Game in 1931. Rich and Strange, which is a play by Dale Collins, written in 1930, was filmed as Rich and Strange in 1931. Number 17, a 1925 play by Joseph Jefferson Farjeon, was filmed as Number 17, 1932. Waltzes from Vienna, a musical staged in Vienna in 1930, was filmed as Waltzes from Vienna in 1934. The 39 Steps by John Buchan, written in 1915, was filmed as 39 Steps in 1935. The Traitor and the Hairless Mexican in Ascendant, or The British Agent by V. Somerset Maugham, written in 1927, was filmed as The Secret Agent in 1936. A Shilling for Candles by Josephine Tay, written in 1936, was filmed as Young and Innocent in 1937. The Wheel Spins by Ethel Lina White, written in 1936, was filmed as The Lady Vanishes in 1938. Jamaica Inn by Daphne du Maurier, written in 1936, was filmed as Jamaica Inn in 1939. Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, written in 1936, was filmed as Rebecca in 1940. A Personal History by Vincent Sheen, written in 1935, was filmed as Foreign Correspondent in 1940. Before the Fact by Francis Iles, written in 1932, and The Lodger by Mary Bellow Loneless, written in 1913, were both filmed as Suspicion in 1941. The Secret Agent by Joseph Conrad, written in 1907, was filmed as Saboteur in 1942. Lifeboat, written by John Steinbeck, was filmed as Lifeboat in 1944. There's a story behind this one. John Steinbeck and Alfred Hitchcock were at odds during the filming, so John Steinbeck made sure that his scenario was not found. The House of Dr. Edward Days by Francis Beading, written in 1927, was filmed as Spellbound in 1945. The Paradigm Case by Robert Hitchens, written in 1933, was filmed as The Paradigm Case in 1947. Rope by Patrick Hamilton, written in 1929, was filmed as Rope in 1948. Under Capricorn by Helen Simpson, written in 1937, was filmed as Under Capricorn in 1949. Man Running or Killer by Proxy by Selwyn Jepson, written in 1947, was filmed as Stage Fright in 1950. Strangers on a Train, written by Patricia Highsmith in 1950, was filmed as Strangers on a Train in 1951. Nos Deux Consciences are Two Consciences by Paul Atmail, originally written in French in 1902, was filmed as I Confess in 1953. Dial M for Murder, a stage play by Frederick Knott, written in 1951, was filmed as Dial M for Murder in 1954. Rare Window, which is a short story by William Irish or Cornell Woolrich, written in 1942, was filmed as Rear Window in 1954. To Catch a Thief by David Dodge, written in 1952, was filmed as To Catch a Thief in 1955. The Trouble with Harry by Jack Trower, a story written in 1949, was filmed as The Trouble with Harry in 1955. The True Story of Christopher Emmanuel Ballesteros by Maxwell Anderson was filmed as The Wrong Man in 1956. Derrente Les Morts by Pierre Bouloy and Thomas Narkajak, I'm sorry for all the names I butchered, written in 1954, was filmed as Vertigo in 1958. Psycho by Robert Bloch, written in 1959, was filmed as Psycho in 1960. The Birds, a short story written by Daphne du Maurier in 1952, was filmed as The Birds in 1963. Marnie by Winston Graham, written in 1961, was filmed as Marnie in 1964. Topaz by Leon Uris, written in 1967, was filmed as Topaz in 1969. Goodbye Piccadilly, Farewell Leicester Square, written in 1966 by Arthur Laberne, was filmed as Frenzy in 1972. The Rainbird Pattern by Victor Canning was written in 1972, was filmed as Family Plot in 1976. So I have a very long list. Thank you for your patience for the whole list. I will not, of course, read all of these books in just 1 year. But my aim was to start in 2022 to celebrate 100 years of Alfred Hitchcock movies. So please comment down below. Are you a fan of Alfred Hitchcock movies? And what do you think about my project? If you're a new viewer, first of all, welcome. Please like and subscribe. Hope to see you very soon. Bye. For Turkish word of the day, since most of the Alfred Hitchcock works are adapted from theater, I thought theater should be the word of the day. Theater means tiyatro in Turkish, and tiyatro is our Turkish word of the day. Have a good day.